So both methods, both the multi-beam with the bathymetry and the parasound, which is an echo sounder, they both work with acoustic waves. These acoustic waves are transmitted into the water column. They reach the seafloor, are reflected by the seafloor, and comes back to the equipment. And then we have this distance in time. So I know the time that I send my wave, and I know the time that I received my wave. And if I know the velocity in the water column, I can transform this into depth. So that's how we have our depth measurements for the bathymetry. And for the parasound, it's the same principle, but it has a little bit of a different frequency, so a different wavelength. It penetrates more, so it doesn't reflect right away on the seafloor. It reflects on the sediment layers below it, and this tells these different arriving times from these reflections tell us how is the subsurface. So we usually run our experiments during the night, so we can do the gravity core early in the morning. And what we do, we collect the data for the subsurface, so we can see all the sediment layers below the seafloor, and we can choose the best place to core. So when you want to core, you don't want to hit any very hard surface right away because you won't penetrate. So by looking at the parasound data that we have over there, we can choose the best location, and we can aim for the layers that we want to acquire to the study that we are doing.
Do you want? Yeah, I can zoom it. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Not only we try to understand the preliminary morphology of the seafloor, but we can also actually clean the data set from some artifacts. And so yeah, in this case, for example, we have a surface that is not completed, and we see all these voids into the pixel. And so with this preliminary processing, we can remove some of these issues that we have into the bathymetry, so that the final data set that we are going to deliver will be more complete and will be more accurate. I hadn't been working into this area before, but I actually, so I wasn't very familiar with the area before, but I actually was surprised to see many different mass movements and so landslides, and also how some areas were nicely excavated by some canyon systems. So it was interesting to see how these features really stand out. So I was happy to see these.
It comes with experience. So when we look at the parasound, what we see is the reflections between the layers, and this can tell us about the sedimentology. If we have very chaotic looking features, it's probably very sandy, and we cannot hit that with the gravity core. It's very hard to penetrate, and we're probably just going to break our equipment. So what we want to go is for these layers that are very nice and structured and very planned and parallel, but also hitting interesting features, such like if we have a dome or anything coming towards near the surface, we probably will get features that are older, because all these very old sediments are closer to the seafloor, and that's we can only tell by looking at the parasound. Which, this one? No, you can also use in that one, or that one is more tricky.